A vast armada of workers is headed to American factories to counter the Axis powers. Men and women by the thousands are putting their backs into creating the vast amount of munitions and ordnance required for total victory. These little darlings are changing their aprons for coveralls and doing their part for the war effort. Nice going, girls.
You couldn't spit without hitting one of the posters.
The girl he left behind is still behind him. She's a wow. The whole plant was built in just over a year. They were working day and night, trucks everywhere. You couldn't hardly sleep. I didn't really think I'd be one of the people working here, but...
Do the job he left behind. Apply today at Badger Ordnance Works and keep him shooting.
I never worked before, but I started to think about it.
Your country needs you. Apply today.
I needed to get out of my house because my parents were driving me nuts.
Live right on campus, daycare provided.
And they started you at 68 cents an hour, and you couldn't beat that.
But I figured, what's the worst that could happen?
Death. You could die. Inside this plant, we refine smokeless powder and rocket propellant, both of which are extremely explosive. One single spark, and whoop, you're gone. We'd be finding pieces of you all over the county. So, we're gonna talk about safety first.
Can I smoke during my breaks?
No, you cannot smoke during your breaks.
The things I do for my country.
I don't like jokes, and I don't have a sense of humor. Funny pictures, clowns, children's laughter. I don't appreciate any of it. What I do appreciate is safety. Okay, Grace?
Yes, sir.
Here are your safety notebooks, which will contain rules for your particular stations. And girls, you're doing a very, very important thing here. You should be proud. Your country thanks you.
Coveralls on backwards. Nearly started crying before I realized my mistake. They put me in the press house.
A vast armada of workers is headed to American factories to counter the Axis powers. Men and women by the thousands are putting their backs into creating the vast amount of munitions and ordnance required for total victory. These little darlings are changing their aprons for coveralls and doing their part for the war effort.
Keep my head down and get my work done.
That's no fun.
I don't know about you girls, but I'm about to die.
Thank you. This one's ready to go out on the town.
No, put me in a coffin, bury me 6 feet under.
You'd still smell.
That's what I'm afraid of.
So where you at?
They got me at the cutting house. No explosions on day 1. We should celebrate.
Celebrate what?
The future.
You are nuts.
How about we go out then?
Go out where?
For breakfast. Gotta get home to my kid. Thanks.
Aw, how old?
A girl, 2.
Is your husband...
Army. Barbara, but my friends call me Barbie, and my coworkers, which I've never had before, can call me Barb. Let's see if I can remember your names from orientation. There's Irene, and Grace, and Rose.
Right.
You lived through your first day?
Mostly.
Look, I found the best way is just to count your money. Just over 1 cent a minute.
Somebody's a math whiz.
All day long, imagining pennies dropping into the jar. You know, just clink, clink, clink.
That's a lot of gum. I just thought about our boys overseas, trying to get them what they need. Right. Think about it. What we make here, the powder that creates a tiny explosion that propels a bullet on the front lines, we're changing the course of the war. Just today we managed that. I know it's silly, but I like it. I want my husband to have all the powder in the world. Well, I'll drink to that. Speaking of which, you don't even know what I was suggesting.
Look, whatever it is, I am too tired to do it. I'll see you tomorrow, girls.
See you at work. Dear Lunkhead, guess what? You're married to a working gal. I took the admission test at Badger Ordnance Works and I passed. That's right, I'm a wow. So nuts on ya. It's out with the aprons and in with the smokeless powder. How about when you get back, I'll take you out to dinner. Won't that be a stitch? Taking my boy out on the town? Little Julie is overjoyed to see her mama doing her thing for the old US of A. She can't wait until she sees you again. Write me back, will ya? I love you lots. Barbara.
I cried my whole first week. I know it's stupid. I know you're not supposed to cry on the job. Everybody knows that. But every day it's just...
You make that uniform look beautiful.
Hey, honey, how's it going?
Hey, what'd you make me for lunch? You didn't make me lunch? Why not?
Didn't think about it, sorry.
You don't want to talk to me? I'm just being
I
nice.
have to get to work.
Work. Right. Work. You didn't make me lunch, but you gotta work.
Hey, what's the problem?
Rose didn't make us lunch.
Why not?
She's getting full of herself. See, boys, this is how it starts. The girls get jobs and we all starve to death.
Fooling.
Nope. Says he's going to the bathroom and then just leaves. I don't know why he hates me, he just does, and I'm sorry, I shouldn't be crying. It's stupid.
No, it's okay. I'm normally stationed at the cutting house, but I can help for a minute.
Thank you.
Your partner's probably in the men's washroom.
In the washroom?
They're shooting craps.
They're shooting craps!
I'd go yell at them for you, but they ain't gonna listen to me anyway.
Don't worry about it.
They probably think it's so funny to make you do all the work.
Yeah, some joke. Are you back?
From what?
The war?
Oh, no, I had polio. I guess I'm not enough of a man to fight, so I do what I can. Draw my 85 cents an hour and hope to make a difference.
Well, I'm sure it's appreciated.
Sure.
By me, at any rate.
Thanks.
Say, what's your name?
Timothy.
Timothy or Tim?
Timothy. When I was a kid, I went by Tim, and then
I don't get it.
Tiny Tim from A Christmas Carol. A lot of Dickens scholars in high school.
I figured you got hurt in the war.
Nope, I get to stay home out of danger. Lucky me.
You know what I think about when I'm working? I wonder if there's a girl in Germany doing the exact same thing as me. I'm sure there is, actually. Some munition factory in the Third Reich, women are pumping out powder as fast as they can. Both of us on opposite sides of the war, providing the weapons so our husbands can kill each other.
Wow.
But what if we just stopped? What if all the women were to say, we're not going to do this anymore, and we walked out? The factories go dark. You have to find some other way to kill each other.
What's your name anyway?
Rose?
Nice to meet you, Rose.
Dear Babs. Working girl, huh? With a helmet and overalls and everything? Ain't that something? I bet you make that outfit look like $1 million. I can't tell you exactly where we are right now, but it's pretty boring. Suppose that's better than exciting. So far, war's a lot of sitting around and waiting to do nothing. I got you and Julie's picture in a lock around my neck. I look at it all the time. Some of the men like to make fun of me, but I like to remember what I'm fighting for. You keep me going. Even before the war, you kept me going. I'm real proud of you, and I love you like crazy. John.
Women in the workforce present special problems for supervisors. This scenario will help you learn how to deal with the unique difficulties of employing women.
You're a good foreman, Joe. What seems to be the trouble?
Women scare me. At least they do in a factory.
I understand your problem. It takes women some time to feel at home, but it can be done.
You seem like the type of person who knows a lot about women.
We'll see, Joe. We'll see. Women can surprisingly be good producers, but remember, a good foreman will always have the eternal feminine to contend with.
Sir, can I talk to you?
I'll pay no attention to you, Irene.
I talked to Randy Michelson. You know him?
New fella?
Just got hired last week.
How's he working out?
Well, I'm training him on the threading house this week, and he's doing fine. He's okay.
Excellent.
But he is getting paid 85 cents an hour.
Right.
And I just got a raise to 72 cents an hour.
Yes.
I've been here about a month already. No problems with my labor. I get my work done.
I think I see where this is going.
Why is he making more than me?
He's got a family to
The
support.
boy is 20 years old. He's not married. I've been here longer than he has, and he's making 13 cents more than me.
Irene, you're a special gal, but I feel logic tends to escape you.
Sir, with all due respect, all the men here make more than me. All the men make more than all the girls. Why is that?
You're getting rather emotional.
I'm not getting emotional. I'm asking you why I don't get paid the same as a man when I do the same work as a man.
If you calm down, I will gladly explain it to you.
Explain it then.
Men have families to support.
And the women don't?
I'm not going to talk to you being hysterical. If you don't like your job,
I like my job just fine. I just want respect.
You are respected. You're a valuable
Then why
part
ain't I valued like a man?
I can get a new gal in here to take your place in 5 minutes, all right? I've got work to do. If you want to keep your job, you'll drop this.
When you had a man at war, you were afraid of everything. The phone ringing, the mailbox, a strange car pulling up outside your house. A man with a look of purpose and regret walking towards you to tell you that your world was ending. All day, every day, you were holding your breath. Just let me get through today. Let me hear nothing today. And then, at work, you could tell. There'd be a new sorrow on a woman's face. She'd gotten a letter, or she'd gotten a call. And maybe for a second you'd feel lucky that it wasn't you this time. But it was always there. Till you got word. We regret to inform you that your husband, John Andrew Prentice, was captured by the Italian government during a military action on March the 4th. Further details cannot be related at this time. And then it's you with the new sorrow.
It feels a little frivolous to be putting on a dress while they're still fighting.
It wouldn't kill you to have a good time. Besides, what are we fighting for? The right to dance.
I'm sure that's not it.
That's what I'm fighting for. And if we work all night, we might as well dance all day. This way, I won't make terrible choices like I usually do.
Terrible choices.
At night, everyone looks good. But at 10 a.m., I'll know for sure what I'm getting into.
They need a little encouragement. Hey! Who needs ya?
That was helpful to my self-esteem.
What are you wearing? I figured there wouldn't be enough men here, so I volunteered. Am I doing it right? Oh, sorry, I have to remember I'm a gentleman.
You look great.
Excuse me, miss. May I have this dance?
Of course, sir. See, a real man asks. Are you leaving?
I guess.
Hi.
Hello.
Rose, would you like to dance?
Oh, sure.
I'm sorry, we're gonna have to go slow.
I prefer slow, actually. I have a terrible time finding the beat.
I can't find the beat either. I guess, even if I could find it, I wouldn't be able to keep up with it.
So, we'll make our own beat.
Done.
Are you alright?
overdid it. Sorry.
You're fine.
Sometimes I think I can do everything that a normal person can do, and I can't.
You have to pace yourself.
Yeah,
I had fun.
I'm glad.
Excuse me, sorry.
You are too much. Where did you learn to lead like that?
It's twice as easy as following. Look, you just walk forwards, you get to raise your arms and twirl the girl.
You could teach the men a few things.
I'm sure I could, but my dear, can I get you something to drink?
Oh, such a gentleman.
Hey, I want to dance?
My dance card is full, I'm afraid.
With what?
Dances.
Hey, what gives?
Nothing gives. I'm tired. I've been dancing all day.
Yeah, I watched you.
Great. I'm glad I was entertaining.
It was a little weird, to be honest. A girl dancing with another girl?
What can I say? When a girl has it, she has it.
So you're gonna dance with a fake man, but not a real man?
Are you supposed to be the real man?
Want to find out?
Not really. I'll take your word for it.
What are you supposed to be
hey.
anyways? Coming in here, taking our jobs, pretending to be a man? Freak!
All right, sir.
You're a joke! Everyone's laughing at you.
From what I can tell, they're laughing at you, actually.
Hey!
Don't touch her.
Oh, come on! You want to be a tough guy?
What? What?
Come on, man! Get out of here, freak! Come on! You want to be a man? Fight me!
Oh, fine.
Come on, let's go. You all right?
Sometimes drunk idiots pack a wall.
Here, sit down. That was a first. I've never had a gal take a punch from me before.
I should have hit him back.
Next time. You ever been punched before?
Well, my daddy was a mean drunk, so
I'm sorry.
he's dead now. Didn't really take a shine to me or my brothers. All got plenty of bruises.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It is what it is. When you don't have nothing, you want to lash out at something. Can't punch life, so you punch the nearest soft thing available.
I had fun with you today.
I'm sorry I ruined it.
You didn't ruin it. You were the reason I had fun. I would have danced with you all day.
It was stupid. They want you in a dress, right? You fit in the box, so they cut your arms off. You know that Cinderella story? The stepsisters, they don't fit in the shoe. Like, they can't fit in the perfect shoe. And they want so bad to be the princess in the story that the first one cuts off her toes. I think about that. You don't fit in. You'll do anything to fit in. Even if it means severing pieces of yourself, just lop them right off and hope no one notices the blood.
What parts of yourself are you chopping off?
So many.
Yeah? Me too.
I had fun dancing with you tonight.
It was fun.
It felt comfortable.
You all right? Are you sure?
I just wanted to say that you looked really beautiful today.
And you were very handsome. In a beautiful way. Best man way. I'll see you at work.
I feel terrible you spent all your time dancing with me, though. I'm sure there's some other girl just dying to dance with such a handsome young man.
I don't think they wanted to dance with me.
Then you wouldn't want to dance with them anyways. Any girl worth a dime would get past all that and see who you truly are. A kind man with a sweet heart.
You can tell all that about me, huh?
I'm a fantastic judge of character.
Well, thank you for seeing me and dancing with me, of course.
Least a girl can do. Besides, I'm pretty sure only people from Badger can dance with other people from Badger because of the smell.
Maybe that's it.
You know, sometimes when I don't smell like ether, I get a headache.
Oh. That's probably not good. Another reason to leave, in my opinion.
You're thinking about leaving Badger.
Sure, eventually. I got this dream of being a teacher.
A teacher?
Why is that funny? Everything right now celebrates these warriors and the scientists and the workers, but I want people to know that there's more to life than that. There's literature, poetry, art, beauty. The things that make life worth fighting for.
Wow.
I'm sorry, I get carried away.
I'm sure you'll make a great teacher.
What about you? You got a dream for after the war?
Oh, sure. It's small. I want to travel. I've never been out of Wisconsin before.
Never?
Nope. Farthest I've been was Green Bay. So maybe there is a world out there where someone could be free, like a balloon that escaped the fair, flying up and over the world. My mom wants me to start working on grandkids right away, though.
Oh, she sounds fun.
Believe me, I was excited to move to workers' housing.
I bet.
So, tell me, do you have your eye on any girl? Come on, you can tell me. Is it Grace? I bet it's Grace.
No.
Then who is it?
You know, I'm the kind of guy who's never had a lot of courage. Not just about going to war, but about everything in life. I guess I'm just used to people pitying me. It's a pretty awful feeling when you notice strangers looking at you like you're a broken little puppy, but I did just want to say it's nice not to be pitied by you.
By me?
Yeah, you never looked at me like I was something pitiful. You looked at me like I was a full person, and that's pretty rare, so I guess I just wanted to be a full person to you.
You're very sweet and all.
Right. A fella's got a dream, right?
Well, a girl's got a dream too.
Great events in the Pacific, racing to history. A vast armada of troopships, guarded by the largest naval striking force ever assembled, sails to the attack. Destination, the Marshall Islands.
Shut down production on the line! Repeat, shut down production on the line! Let's go, let's go! Come on, girls, you need to be quicker than this. Get it done! Step away from your machines!
35 seconds. 35 seconds. Now, if this were an actual fire, this entire room would be a crater right now. You need to be better. You need to be faster. You there. Why aren't you wearing your safety goggles? You think this is some sort of jamboree? We're just having fun chit-chatting. You need to focus. And next time you think about why you're not getting paid as much as the men, remember, they did this in 31 seconds.
Dear lunkhead, I miss you. It feels like half my ribs are missing. Sometimes I feel like I can't even take a deep breath without shattering like glass. But this is a happy letter, right? It's tough for me, but I know it's 100 times as tough for you. But I want you to make it, all right? Even though you can't read this right now, I want you to make it through the war, whatever it takes. Because I don't tell you this enough, but I love you like crazy. I've always loved you like crazy. The other day, I saw this couple. They must have been in their 80s, and they were on a park bench near Cooper's Pond. He had his arm around her shoulder like they were high school kids. They were just sitting. I want that to be us someday. You coming tonight?
I said I would. Have you heard back from,
John?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sure they'll rescue him soon.
Yeah.
Italy's almost finished.
Our dream honeymoon. If we had $1 million, we were gonna go to Rome, but now I think he's had enough of Italy.
How do you do it?
What else am I gonna do? Cry all day? My worrying ain't gonna help him none.
Thanks for coming, everybody.
Move it. What's this about, Irene?
Are we all here?
Just about.
All right, then. So, I've talked to a bunch of the men, and I've talked to a bunch of you, and it's pretty clear what's going on. We're getting paid less than the men. Look, I brought this to Chester's attention, and he does not care. He basically told me that if I didn't like it, I could quit. We're half of the workers at Badger, and we're most of the workers on the third shift. Look, if we wanted to, we could bring this plant to its knees.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about going on strike. All of the girls. There's 5,000 women who work here at Badger. We are the blood that keeps this factory alive, and if we stick together, there's nothing we can't do. They can't fire us. They can't get near enough replacement workers. They need us.
Let her talk.
Nobody's telling you to quit your job. No one quits. It's a strike, and if we all do it, they won't fire any of us. Look, this is what the men did. In every other industry, they organized, they formed unions, and they fought for their lives.
You think you're fighting for your life? What about our boys fighting for theirs?
I'm not talking about that right now.
Yes, but you are, because we make the powder that helps them fight, and you're asking us to cut that supply off.
Management will cave.
And what if they don't? What if we have to spend weeks on strike? Months? What if we can't get the powder out to our boys in the front lines?
They will be all right.
You're playing a game with people's lives. You're playing a game with my husband's life.
No, this is our chance.
For what?
For equality. To not be treated like second-class humans.
We're in this together.
Then why aren't they paying us the same? They want you, and they want you to believe in sacrifice while they squeeze every dollar out of us.
You think they aren't sacrificing. You think that my husband, who is sitting in an Italian prison camp right now, isn't sacrificing for you.
Do you think this just happened? Someone decided this, and I think that decision stinks. Not only does it stink, it is unfair, it is unethical, and they will keep doing it if we let them get away with it. We've got our leverage now. This is our chance. They cannot tell us no. We just have to demand our rights. And if people die, then so be it. That is their choice.
Which you're forcing them to make.
We didn't start this fight. They did. We're fighting back.
You're asking me to gamble my husband's life for a couple of cents an hour.
I wish that our country believed as much in you as you believed in it.
Their needs are life and death.
And ours aren't. Look, it's everyone or it's no one. So let's take a vote on it. Majority rules.
I'm not striking, Irene.
Look, if you want to go on strike until we're paid the same as the men, raise your hands. So that's it then?
After the war, we can fight for equality.
After the war, we've already lost.
Italy's 0 hour has arrived. The Allies' mighty air armadas launched devastating raids on the remaining ports on the Messina Triangle, bombing all important transportation lines and airfields.
What are you doing here?
I wanted to ride the bus with you to work.
Really?
A girl can't ride the bus.
I just didn't think I'd ever see you again.
I want us to be friends.
All right.
I miss talking to you, that's all.
So let me ask you a question.
Oh boy.
You don't even know what the question is.
I can guess what it is.
It's a good question.
Ask it.
If I said to run away with me tonight and never look back, would you do it?
Timothy.
See, that was a good question.
Timothy, no, it wasn't a good... I won't run away with you. Tonight.
But you said that you've never been out of Wisconsin, and I have a cousin in Milwaukee who could put us up for a while. And there's plenty of jobs.
Milwaukee's in Wisconsin.
I know that, but it's close to not being in Wisconsin. We could visit Illinois on trips.
Timothy.
Because I think I love you.
You think you love me?
Listen, I'm pretty sure.
How about this? We'll get to know each other, and if we still want to run away together, then we'll see.
We'll see is better than anything I've gotten before.
Now, would you like some coffee before work? It's terrible.
I would love to have some terrible coffee with you.
Every day I went to work. What else was I going to do? Standing in the mix house? Keep the machine of production going. One tiny cog in the arsenal of democracy.
The storm breaks in full final fury on the German Rhine. Swiftly exploiting successes, 3 American divisions smash into the battered town of Cologne.
It felt like we were fighting too. We were doing our part. And every day you imagined he was going to walk through the door.
Hey, honey. Easy. I'm still fragile.
You're not fragile, you big lummox. Your skin and bones.
Italian cooking's overrated. I'm home.
Oh my God, I missed you so much. I missed you like half my ribs were missing.
I missed you like my whole stomach was missing. Here, let me have a look at you. You're wearing pants.
Yeah.
I never seen you wear pants before.
I'm gonna wear a dress to an ammunitions factory.
I bet you're the prettiest girl there.
We all wear coveralls and scarves. It's not exactly the runway.
And I bet you still knock them dead.
I bet you were the prettiest soldier in Italy.
So, tell me, are you going into work tonight?
Are you kidding? I'm calling in sick. First time.
I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you.
About 20 minutes later, I heard it.
I was outside when it happened, on my way to the mix house. I felt it before I could see it, like all the air had been sucked away. I remember my feet slipping on the ground, like a hole had opened up in the air behind me. Then, a wave of force hit me so hard, all I could see was red, and I was face down on the grass.
It felt like a bomb. They couldn't have reached us, could they? The whole factory shook like an earthquake. Barrels tipped over. 50-pound tubs of material tossed into the air. And then it went dark.
Whoa!
I heard shouting, so I rushed outside. You could still see the plume of smoke, like a mushroom cloud.
I thought about Grace. I knew she was heading towards the mix house, and the explosion had come from that direction, so I'd rushed over there. In the dark, you couldn't tell who was who. Everyone was wearing the same thing. Everyone had a mask on, their hair covered. I had started pulling at people trying to find her.
My ears didn't work. I didn't realize I was only seeing red, the after image from the explosion on top of everything. I didn't even recognize her face.
The explosion came from the cutting house. And I knew. There wasn't a body. There was 6,000 pounds of nitroglycerin in there. When it exploded, it blew a hole 20 feet deep and 80 feet wide. 4 men were inside. 4 men vanished in a heartbeat. They sent workers to go find their remains, and out of the 4 men, they only found 24 pounds of flesh. But I kept looking. When everyone wears the same uniform, it's so easy to think I was seeing him. I kept hoping I would see his face on every man that would turn towards me. I thought I had so much time, so many days ahead of us. Bus rides, talks. I think I loved him. But I didn't tell him because I didn't want him to think he made it, you know? So he didn't know that someone loved him, that it was possible. I should have told him.
You wanna dance? You're gonna have to go slow.
I prefer slow, actually. What am I going to do now?
A girl's got a dream too.
We're hoping there was no long-term damage to her eyes, but she was pretty close to the blast.
Do they know what happened?
One spark. One of the engineers said it must have been a rusty wheel on one of the angel carts. That was enough. Said it was a miracle. It hadn't happened before now.
A miracle.
Yeah. Excuse me.
They said she couldn't take visitors yet.
That's all right.
Can I tell you something stupid? I always wanted to be an actress. So much for that now.
You can still be an actress.
You see many starlets with eye patches?
Just wear a lot of dark glasses. It could be your look.
You say so.
I need to tell you something. I'm tired of living my life afraid of things.
Are you kidding? You're the bravest person I've ever met.
I'm not, Grace. Because I've been scared of you, of telling you how I feel. Of telling you how I feel because I love you. And my whole life, people have been telling me there's something wrong with me. They've been pushing me down. They've been knocking me down since I could walk. But look, the worst thing is to be so afraid of getting punched, you never even stand. So I am telling you, this is who I am. I love you, and I want you to love me too. Well,
You're gonna have to come closer to kiss me because
About 10 days later, we got word.
Your jobs here are done. Thank you for your service. You can all go back home now.
what?
Well, the war's almost over, and we're shutting down the plant. You can pick up your final paychecks over at the front office.
That's it.
What do you want? You knew this was temporary. Work until the job is finished. And the job is finished. Now you can go back home to your husbands and be housewives the way you're supposed to be.
What if I don't want that?
Not my problem.
So we're fired.
Think of it like being returned to the lives you were made for.
I wish I could see better so I could tell them where to go more accurately.
Figures. We're not useful anymore, so they throw us in the trash.
So, what now?
If I were to travel, would any of you come with?
Where are you going?
Anywhere out of Wisconsin. Life's too short to wait around.
Could use a ride to Hollywood.
Done. That's not that far.
That's about as far as you can go.
I'm past the point of caring about geography.
I'm going too. We could pool our money. Does anyone have a car?
I'll sell you mine.
Wait.
You're not coming with?
I have a 3-year-old and a husband who just got out of a POW camp.
Still.
I'll visit.
Good.
Well,
To the future.
to the future!
crying before I realized my mistake. They put me in the press house.
Nice job. I kept forgetting to write things because I was just so engrossed in the story. Glasses. So in my opinion, the strongest acting stage elements of this piece were, oh my gosh, great clarity. The volume and diction in general throughout was terrific. I love the relationships. You really form great relationships with each other. Really nice, clear characterization, which came along with that. Your pacing was great, which also goes along with your volume and your diction. The pacing was terrific. You took your time when you needed to, and yet it still kept moving, which was great. That relationship between Timothy and Rose. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yes. I cried. Okay. But and the last thing I wrote under that was I was just completely invested in the story and the characters, and all of you. It was great. It was lovely. If you continue to work on this piece, I would suggest you concentrate. The only time the volume got a little tricky was the intimate scenes, especially the one scene when you're upstage. You've got to be careful when you're upstage and your face, you start turning your head away from the audience. So that's always a danger point for any play. So just be aware of that. And this is something I want everyone to listen to because a lot of young actors do this, and it's something I pick on because it was pointed out to me by a very, very good director friend of mine. Beware escape breaths before you speak, of going and then speaking, because then you're speaking on no breath. What you want to do is be speaking on the inspiration. Inspiration has two meanings, right? Inspiration is you hear something and it makes you go, oh, I need to respond to that. But inspiration is also the inhale of the breath. So you are inspired to inspire, which means you need to speak on that inspiration. So you have I really need to say this to you, as opposed to, I really need to say this to you. Yeah? So, and that's a general thing for all actors, so please, it's not just this group, it's just there were so many wonderful moments, and that's a danger that we fall into sometimes. I know, I used to do it. That was all I had on the things I would have you to work on. When I think back and remember this show, what I remember most is the clear characterizations and the great pacing, the very, very clear, strong storytelling, the slow motion section after the explosion. You know, the guys in front were still doing their thing, but you guys in the slow motion, oh, wow, cool. And girl power. Just girl power.
So we were with you every second, every moment, every second. So the strongest acting and staging elements of the piece was the factory working. That was really nice. The movement, some of it was coordinated together. I could clearly see people were doing different jobs. Good relationships. You all were really listening to each other and moving moment to moment to moment to moment. You weren't scared to sit in a moment for a second. The evolution of the relationships were really tight. Like I could see when you moved from this feeling to this, then you backed up a little bit and you weren't sure. It was really great. And you all were great with giving us some hints and some clues of where it was going. That was really, really nice. And that makes us hopeful that it's gonna go there, or we think it shouldn't go there, or whatever we think should happen with, and then just the moment when he appears and they danced. So good. Slow motion, loved it after the explosion. It just made it so poignant, the slow motion. Good listening and transitions. Transitions are hard and emotional pieces, but really great job. If you continue to work on this piece, it's funny because you don't know where people are going to laugh. You don't know when people are going to sigh. You don't know when people are going to scream. But you really got to be conscious of that because we want to have the next moment with you. So you really got to listen and be with us. You could see we were gasping. So you got to heighten your awareness that this might happen and we need to hold and stay in the moment for a minute. What I will take away from this piece is that this fight has been going on for so long for women and wages and safe workspaces, and that you all are taking on telling this story about the fight, the call to action in the scenes, just the voices of the women, and then of course the men who are, were saying the things that they were saying that motivate the fight. You all were really doing a good job of that. And the adorable love scenes and just handling the different relationships. There were mature relationships and you all did we were with you every second, every moment we were with you. Thank you so much, Orange High School.